So here AICTE, United Nations Education, Scientific and Cultural Organization, TERI, Technology, Education, Research and Rehabilitation for the Environment, TERI, and Smart Campus Cloud Network, initiating Net Zero pledge for carbon neutrality. If we are expecting any change that you want to see in this world, you are the initiator. You had to initiate it. You has to follow it. For that, today we are taking pledge for carbon neutral campus. So we, Jawaharlal Nehru Technological University, Antapur College of Engineering, Pulivendula, are determined to change ourselves by undertaking actions before telling others to act. Recognizing that climate change is planetary challenge of our generation and the need to take urgent actions to mitigate it. Nothing that climate change is running faster than actions by humanity, pushing the whole planet Earth into the existential crisis. Acknowledging the warming by Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, IPCC, Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, to limit the rise in temperature to 1.5 degrees centigrade or not more than 2 degrees above the pre-industrial level to avoid the catastrophe. Realizing that only way out of the impending climate crisis is to achieve the carbon neutrality by 2050 or 2075, then nothing the paucity of open and inclusive process to share and obtain data and information about climate change and the need to counter disinformation related to the seriousness of climate change, noting the opportunity of partnership offered by TERI Policy Center through its Smart Campus Cloud Network to empower and guide us to develop the roadmap towards carbon neutrality and its implementation through the digital dashboard and tracking app. We in our campus endeavor to empower youth through potential for research and innovation. We pledge to become carbon neutrality not later than that stipulated by IPCC through enhancing energy efficiency, developing renewable energy, innovating the source of energy like hydrogen, waste and others, encouraging the use of digital technologies for research and information curation, enhancing open and inclusive process to strengthen data and information exchanges, offsetting carbon dioxide through tree plantation and methods. Offsetting carbon dioxide through tree plantation and method. We agree to say all the progress and the case studies through SCCN. SCCN means Smart Campus Cloud Network. Dashboard of TERI Policy Center by pledging to become a carbon neutral campus. Actually, as part of environmental education, we are initiating other activities. We are initiating tree plantation. But tree plantation is one thing to reduce carbon. At the same time, all these energy efficiency things, we can introduce in our campus, because universities and that colleges are centers where youth are building with ideas for a change towards the better future. Towards the better future in the sense societal as well as environmental development. Societal as well as environmental development. The underlying principles is not to necessarily make carbon emission zero. That is impossible. Carbon emission zero is impossible. But to reduce them to the maximum extent. Possible for the rest of emissions which we are creating carbon sinks offset. But here, so to reducing the things, carbon emissions, why you has to reduce? Year by year, decade by decade, temperature is enhancing. So global warming is crucial nowadays. So in peak summer, now we are observing, especially in our area, 55 degrees centigrade also in the last year, 55, 56. Imagine the situation if temperature is rising, majority of the people suffered, living beings, sensitive living beings especially, they may face much problems. Vulnerable, sensitive, below small kids and then above aged people may die. Like that, many sensitive organisms also died. Hence, first we have to recognize why climate change is going on. This, our global challenge, our earth challenge, our planet, Mother Earth challenge of our generation. Even though we are taking many precautionary measurements, especially our country, more than 50% people may not take precautions, to mitigate temperature rise. Whenever temperature is rising, poor people, they may not maintain ACs, refrigerators, and then even though in the peak summer also they has to work. We has to think entire people, especially below average, economically below average people, due to, with these kind of issues. Hence, being a youth, having young blood, you need to take urgent actions to mitigate it. How we can mitigate it? Plantation more trees, that is evergreen thing. At the same time, you has to noting that climate change is running faster than actions by humanity. Whatever preventive measures if we are taking, whatever we are thinking, But climate change is running fast, very fast, pushing the whole planet Earth into the crisis. For this, we have to acknowledge to the Intergovernment Panel on Climate Change to limit the rise in temperature 1.5 degrees centigrades or not more than 2 degrees centigrades above the pre-industrial level to avoid the catastrophe. Then also you have to realize, everybody has to realize that only way out of the impending climate crisis is to achieve the carbon neutrality. How we can get the carbon neutrality? Carbon dioxide is releasing due to various actions. I mean, methane also releasing. Then how we have to neutralize it? We have to do much better research to sink all this carbon. By 2050, it is good, even at least 2075. And then, so what you are doing, you has to aware. Two other people also has to join towards carbon neutrality through smart campus cloud network. So what, as per suggestions, we had to pledge become carbon neutrality not later than that stipulated by International Panel for Climate Change. Enhancing energy efficiency. That is, it plays vital role. So for preparing energy, everything, I mean, including power generation also requires carbon. We are releasing carbon dioxide. To enhancing energy efficiency, one criteria, and then deploying renewable energy. Innovate the source of energy like green sources through green synthesis, especially by using hydrogen, or waste to wealth. Waste to wealth plays vital role to neutralize the carbon, especially releasing of methane gas. Encouraging the use of digital technologies for research and information curation, for curating, to strengthen data and information exchanges in between the state, in between colleges, in between the, I mean, among the nations. Finally, offsetting carbon dioxide through plantation. This is very, very important to everybody. Hence, in this aspect, so we have to think, and then we have to take pledge for carbon neutral campus. Being a young blood like you has to initiate it towards carbon neutral campus. This is role of each and everybody, but like our campus, major stakeholders are students. Hence, you have to take more initiations towards better campus than for carbon neutrality at the same time. That is not zero, it's the net zero of carbon dioxide. To initiate, I mean, to change, to decrease the global temperature. that is the importance of the, carbon neutrality pledge. Each and I hope each and everybody has understand. You have to initiate not only in the campus, in your native place also, to reduce the global warming and then climate